Well, hello, hello. This is part two. So I'm making this recording, this video for you, along with my blog, where I talked. The last blog was about the caterpillar becoming the butterfly and the goo that you go through. Today, it's all about the butterflies. Because here's the other thing. Oh my gosh, us humans, right? We can make things so complicated. So we go after something, we want something, it's a dream, we're wanting to manifest and create it, and we do lots of hard work. We get the personal growth dialed in, and it happens. The success, it's happening. Maybe it's just the beginning of what you wanted to achieve. And here comes another challenge. Because of course, once you go through the goo and you create the new thing, you are once again in new territory. This can be a really tempting time to want to retreat, to get back to the comfort zone, to go back into the cocoon, right? You want to crawl around, you know the territory, you know the other caterpillars. You're out here in this new territory learning about flying. You have new wings. It's a very tender, vulnerable time. I think there's a lot of misconception about success because it sounds really good. And there's wonderful things about succeeding at what you pursue. But usually there's some places, so it often doesn't look like you think it's going to look. In our imagination, when we want something, and it's really true to our heart, so we're talking about something really fulfilling, we imagine, oh, we just imagine the wonder and the magic of it all. Does that sound familiar? But the truth is that in that new creation, yes, it's yummy. Go for it. It's so worthwhile. But when you get there, remember to be kind to yourself and take some time with those new wings. There's no rush. Like, I think personally, when I have accomplished something, it can be, so there's the celebrating, right? So be sure that you celebrate. And part of celebrating when you have accomplished something is taking it in and integrating. Oh, now I'm a different person. Things are different. You can no longer be that person you used to be. You've grown into kind of a new way of thinking about yourself and the world. And it takes time. Often fear comes up. And I write this in the blog. It's like we get afraid. Oh my gosh, what if I make a mistake here? What if I screw this up? That's one of my saboteurs. Like, what are you going to do here, Kat? You don't know how to do this thing. Sometimes there's guilt I have because I've achieved something and other people I know, they didn't achieve it. And or I have the one thing that seems to be consistent for me is that I have this thoughts like, what took me so long? What's wrong with me that it took me this long for this to happen? So now I'm a butterfly and I'm judging the length of time I was a caterpillar and in the cocoon. Isn't that funny? But I find it really helpful to kind of know these stages. It's something that when you know it, so you can expect it and appreciate, oh, this is the butterfly stage. It's okay to be afraid. I mean, it's okay, it's natural, right? So here are some things that have helped me. One of the places I get in the goo pretty consistently is with my writing. So I've written a couple of books. I just wrote my second book that I think of as official book. My second book is probably more like my fourth book, but that's actually being published by a publisher. And I've written a lot of sermons and blogs. Every single time, doesn't matter how many times, I've written hundreds, probably thousands of blogs and sermons, and even every single time I hit a point where I hit the goo, I don't know what I'm doing, I kind of flail around, I ask for guidance, then something usually comes to me, and that's when I start to feel, oh my gosh, I'm becoming a butterfly, holding my book in my hands, having a blog that's been published, right? And it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. And what I found really, really helps me at this point is taking good care of myself and getting help. It's just kind of an odd thing. It's like, I think we might think we need help during the more of the struggling stage, but it's like, okay, I really need support. And maybe it's connections with my friends and my family. It might be bringing this to my coach. Like, okay, what do I do now? So if that's you, if you've hit the butterfly stage, take time, appreciate it, celebrate it, and have compassion for yourself. Reach out to people and like, get some help exploring this new wonderful territory. And if you'd like some help from me, just drop something in the chat. I'd happy to give you some tips on ways that I found to navigate success. All right, bye.